Oh,
I believe. Yeah.
hi. We are there.
Oh,
We are there. We are
I was
there.
like, oh, hi. Okay.
It pops up. Banner pops up. Go boom.
Sure does now.
It does. It's
Good
okay.
evening, grasshoppers and grasshoppers.
Ooh, grasshopper.
Grasshopper. Remember that? Grasshopper.
Yeah, I used to watch that all the time. I love that program. That was David Kane, right? The Karate Dude.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah,
Carradine.
Karate
David
Guy.
Carradine. Carradine. David Carradine.
Is it? I'm going to find you this time. Oh, there it is.
It was
I'm gonna,
really
I'm
always
gonna use
weird to us.
tampon Tim Waltz. That's all right with you, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course it is.
That's good. That's good. All right, she's done. You're ready.
I was
Ready,
wondering
set,
what was so cold.
go. Ready, set, go.
I was wondering what was so cold on my toe. My ice, my
You have a cold.
foot.
Oh, I was like,
I
you got
touched
a
the
cold
ice with my
toe?
toe.
Where is it in
My toe is very cold.
I don't know why that strikes me as like an odd thing to say, but it just
I know.
strikes me as an odd thing.
See how y'all are?
Uh,
Dee-dee-dee. You know what? I should tell you guys this. Here, let me do this first. I'm going to do that.
you do that, I'll do this.
Okay.
All right, all right. All right, all right. So we have a few things to talk about, do we?
Yeah, we did a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yep, 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 yep.
I had a really good early evening. Spoke with my sister-in-law. She's she's she was with my brother when she was 16. So it was a long time ago. She's like my sister. What was
Yeah,
I like 12 or 13? Probably 13.
yeah. You know what, man? You know what? Old age is a thing. It is. Last night I was in bed for about 20 minutes when I heard the pizza guy cough. Then I remembered I came into my room for my wallet.
Oh, Joe, no. I was gonna believe that for a second, and then I see him like that was pretty good. So you gotta learn to make it more personal.
Oh, that
You gotta
was
learn to
funny.
make it more personal. Like, I can't believe what happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
That's how you start them. It's like, I went up to my bedroom, I closed the lights, got changed, laid down. That's how you tell it. And then I just
Yeah.
hear the pizza man cough, and I'm like, shit, I came in here for my wallet. That's how you tell a joke, you see?
Right. Yeah, I know. I should have.
But the thing is,
Hey, look at me.
it's
You know what?
funny
I
because
just
it
got,
usually happens. It
yeah,
happens for
yeah, it
real.
does. Isn't that funny?
What?
Hey,
What do you, what?
I got your same message. Asked me if I speak English.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
evening. Good evening. I love this
yeah.
channel. 1961, good
What,
year. My oldest brother was born in that year.
Yeah, it did. The 1st of October.
Viva Savage 13.
Yeah, yeah, we old.
1961. That's a little before my siblings' times, but
Yeah, we old now.
hey, no.
I'm older than my birth year.
I always liked older people, like, a decade or two.
Yeah.
Anything past that, it's like, nah, go away. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like a lot of our friends,
Mhm.
Jerry, and you know what? I'm going to stop there because I'm not going to mention any. any females and say, hey,
Right.
oh look,
Right.
we have closed
Okay.
captioning underneath.
Yes.
That's what's going on.
Oh,
Okay.
let me do this real quick.
We couldn't get on earlier. We couldn't get live earlier because something was going on with Zoom. There was
Yeah.
some kind of new things. I don't know exactly, but we managed after what, like 40 minutes of restarting the computer, restarting Zoom. I did a couple of, it wasn't really an update, but apparently there is something about the transcript going on there. So
Yeah, they asked me to confirm my language too.
you're 2 days older than Hawaii, Jerry says. He is.
So.
He is.
Gee, thanks a lot.
No, he
Oh
is.
God.
Jerry
Oh,
is.
Jerry.
All your
Yeah, he
ages.
is.
Oh my
He
God.
is. Jerry is. He's old.
59. I think 58 or 59 was Hawaii, right, Jerry? He'll tell us. Google it. Google it. No, I believe you. I kind of figure, yeah, I don't know if we've had a similar conversation, Jerry, or you might have told the woman at the supermarket. When Jerry's
I don't
buying beer,
remember.
he always tells them something funny. Literally. I know. I know it. 2 days. I believe it. All right, so let's talk about Letitia.
Oh, you want to talk about her?
Baby.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, you don't want
She's
to?
doing
We could
well.
just put her in the back burner.
That's all right. I don't know where it's from.
I
I
love
found
her.
this. I found this article on the New York Post. It says she's New York businesses groups are blasting her for pro-consumer push that they fear would be a legislative misfire, boosting greedy lawyers and unleashing legal shakedowns. She's using the James Fair Business Act looks to tighten up consumer protections and crack down on shady crimes like deed theft, junk fees, and hard to cancel subscriptions. But critics say it will open small businesses up to frivolous lawsuits and legal threats. So it's not a very good thing for them to be doing that. They're not
No.
liking it. I don't know why she's doing that, but
We ain't liking it because it's
she's
another,
trying to
probably
take
another,
away their rights a little bit more,
well, yeah, take away their freedoms, take away their money.
right?
There's definitely some kind
Because
of
they're going
money
to have to
laundering
pay
going on
for
here.
that. They're going to have to pay.
Exactly. Who pays? Who ends up paying?
They do. And then in the end, the consumer pays.
Taxpayers, man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Shoot
Sorry to
yourself.
break it to you.
Yeah, it's just how they're going to do it.
She's a goner. There's no way she's gonna be.
Yeah, I think they're going to get rid of her eventually. I think New York will vote her out.
New York is sick of it. Like I
Yeah.
was saying, I was talking to my sister-in-law and she, they lived like sardines
Mm-hmm.
during COVID and all that. And she's pro-Trump
Yeah.
and her family knows. My nephew is in California and he can't believe these indoctrinated other college students. Thankfully, my nephew is smart enough at
Stay
26.
away from those people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I know.
thankfully. And this is what I'm saying about New York too, where a lot of people think we're all libtards. No, hello, I'm from New York. My lots of my family are maybe not pro Trump, but more pro Constitution, more pro
Yeah.
America. On both sides, my husband's and mine. So people wake up. It's the people in charge of New York is what I'm trying to get at. It's not New Yorkers themselves.
Right.
Because cops, are young. They want to have their children and grow up with them and see them at home and get a paycheck just like every other person in the world. They are not any different. And guess what? Cops come in Chinese, as far as I remember. They come in African American, or how about just American? Because to be a cop, you should be American, right?
Yeah, they come in all sorts of shapes and
But
sizes.
but
Heck
my
yeah.
point is that in general, they are. American. This
That's right.
this whole
Yep,
this
yep.
whole thing of like always Chinese American, Muslim American, African American, Italian American, that goes back all the way. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
People, there's too much of us.
You are
We're
first
American.
and
We
foremost an American.
we have our own culture already. How many
Yeah.
people will say, well, we're so young, 500 years old. We're so four, five
Well,
hundred years old.
that's how old this country is.
I, well, that's what they're saying. We're
That's
such a
how old
young
my
country.
family's been here. Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're saying it's young. Do
Oh,
you think
that's
four,
dumb.
500 years and we can't make our own kind of culture, a
I think
social?
we're, I think we could. Yeah,
We did, Joe.
exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah.
And you know what? If anything else, what got us together was MAGA. We want to make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it was
Yeah.
ever great. I don't know, but
Well, it's
I don't.
better than all the others because people are still trying to get here. So it's still better than all the others. So,
I watched this girl. She did a um video. She said she came here 25 years ago from Brazil. And she was showing us, she actually, I love this because she was defining the word assimilate.
mhm.
You don't come here and bring your culture. You could bring your ethnic, bring a little bit, but you're supposed to assimilate into our culture, which means we're all one. We're all American patriots. There should be no confusion, no hostilities, no different laws. We live under a constitutional republic. There's no
Yeah.
parties. There's no parties.
Yeah, you
I'll
should
say
share
that
your
to my
culture.
dying breath. There are
Yeah.
no such things as parties in this country. Why did they call them parties?
Yeah. Good question.
What do you do at a party, Joe?
Get drunk,
Fuck around,
look around, eat a
dance,
lot of
music,
food. Yep.
eat,
Sex, drugs, rock and
overindulge.
roll.
Right. Vintage 1961. Yeah. That's so why name it something so important as something that could divide America?
Agree
No,
with you.
no. Conquer and divide. I've said this before. It's Caesar. It's been done. Just not as many people as we'd hope
I think we
can
caught them
see it.
before they actually got all the way through with it, dividing us. So they didn't do it.
Yes, there's more mega than there are hatred. I mean, they're
Absolutely.
just, I hate to say it, the left are just, they are the sinister left. They are full of like, I don't
Lost
want to
their
say,
mind.
yeah, some of them are evil, pure evil.
They've
The
lost their
hatred that
mind.
comes from them. You can hear
What's
it
going
in
on in the chat?
their voices and
Ooh,
their messaging. They're just so, they're nasty human beings. It's like, can't you get it? They have no,
the American.
they're like, I have no time for you.
No,
Like, what do you sleep on? Like millions of dollars that you have every, oh, and
we're not me, man.
I don't know if it's generational anymore because, I find it in every decade. Our decades are a little better. Like,
I don't know. My decade was
before
pretty good,
80s,
man.
before the 80s. Huh?
60s and the older decades. Yeah.
But the boomers,
Parties.
another story.
The parties were great, man.
All right, what's next? Yeah,
Jerry
well,
said he was a pre-American.
I'm a pretty American. I was thinking of
Rolling down the road.
a
What?
mega can. I'm a
Yeah.
mega can.
Mega can.
A mega can. MAGACAN. We're a mega cans. Instead of
What is that?
Americans, mega cans.
Oh, Mega can.
You
Okay.
know?
Mega can. I love it. I
Sorry.
love it.
Yeah.
Magicans. I like it. We are Magicans.
Oh, look at this. I belong to Judge Janine Pirro fan club.
Hey, look at that.
Could it
Hot damn.
possibly be I'm a fan? And
You
honestly,
know,
I don't go on to there's just too many out there, too many good people to listen to. Of course, there's just as many bad people.
Yes, there's a lot of bad
You
people out
want to
there.
stay away the fuck from them anyhow.
Yeah.
All right, what's next, Mr.
Oh.
Joseph Pressure?
Uh, epic, epic. It's
Epic,
very epic.
epic.
And remember that city in Texas?
Yeah,
Uh, it's
how could you
near
forget?
Plano, Texas, which is I think it's northeast or northwest of Dallas. Dallas, a big place, right? But there's
Is
they
Dallas
want to put a
conservative
new
still?
who?
Is Dallas still conservative? I
Well,
mean,
most of the
Austin,
cities
Austin, I
are
know is liberal
most of the cities are liberal, but
still. I mean, I thought,
because of the
I
school
mean,
systems, because of the school systems,
okay.
the most of the cities are liberal, hardcore. But there's a lot of conservatives in Texas. Remember, Texas is huge,
I
and
know, I
Texas
mean,
likes their shit
everybody I know from
big.
Texas is conservative, except for a couple of people that I'm not sure of that moved there.
Texans are great, man.
So,
And Texan people, they're
uh,
really good people, man. They really are. So I
definitely.
think a
I
lot of
mean,
them are conservative.
Chrissy, who was here,
Yeah. But
fortunately,
anyways, they still want to. They wanted to build that city, right? And he's Governor Abbott said, "No,
well,
you're
explain the city because people might not
Epic City.
remember.
It's a large Muslim organization. They're planning to build on the northeast side of Dallas, East Plano Islamic Center, which is epic. They announced they were building an entire Muslim city on 402 acres of land, which would have 1,000 homes, an Islamic school, a large mosque, a college, and Muslim retail stores. The group had been promoting the project and encouraging other Muslims to buy plots for their new homes. They would have Sharia law in this place. That's why Governor Abbott said no. He said he would not go through. But then
And
somebody came
true.
up to him and said that they were still building it
But
anyways. He says, no, they're not. We already said they're not.
no.
He's got investigators
So
over there
let
watching.
them get
They're
arrested.
watching.
Let them get arrested. Huh?
Yeah, they halted the
Go give it a
construction on it.
shot, guys.
Yeah,
That's not how this country works.
that's right.
Again, this young lady said from Brazil, 25 years, and she spoke, she was probably, I think she was in Texas. And you could hear the twang, she already had it. That's assimilating. My mother was able to speak perfect English. Okay? And it wasn't, well, maybe because my father was an English teacher, but lucky for her, but other people should go and learn the freaking language. You're not supposed to be here. It's not only the national language, it's the international language.
Right.
Okay? Sorry. But when you're in this country, you should be speaking English. I'm not saying you can speak Spanish or you can't
Well,
speak Chinese, but
yeah,
it's
but you
common
got to learn
courtesy.
language.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because how the hell will we know what you're saying? Come on, that's
That's right.
common courtesy.
That's why the truck drivers were not able to drive anymore if they didn't speak our language. Because you know what? You got to remember, if they don't speak the language, they can't read the signs. And if they can't read the signs, how do they know where they're going? Well, they're
Right.
using GPS like everybody else. I get that,
In
but
Spanish,
still,
in Korean, in
yeah. I mean, we do have a lot of Americans that can fulfill these jobs. The one thing that the government needs to focus on, that it's because it's their fault that it happened, is they need to get these people off these drugs. They need to stop the flow of drugs, and they could do it, but they're the ones bringing it in. It's always been there.
didn't you say that the governor? Now listen, this is really strange, guys, because like 4 or 5 days ago, I said that why don't we use these hotels for that the immigrants are now leaving
There you
in the
go.
thousands for our homeless.
Hmm.
And in my eyes, most of the homeless are vets. So for our vets and our homeless, I said it
Right.
just, and then boom, Trump comes out and says it. And then I said in our last live, I'm like, why? I swear to God, I don't know how I know this shit. But I'm like, they should really go after like Ohio, Philadelphia, parts of New York. New York is really cleaned up, guys. Very cleaned up, lots of it. But
Yeah.
parts of California, parts of these sanctuary places and whatnot, they're still broken down. So I said, why don't they ask Trump for help or have or Trump send in the National Guard? And what's happening, Joe? Isn't that happening now? Didn't you just say that it's happening
Yeah,
in
Trump
some
announced that he's going to use some of these facilities that they had that they were housing the migrants in, the illegal aliens. They're not migrants, the illegal aliens in.
Okay.
So he's gonna use those, turn them into places for our vets.
And what about what was happening with your governor?
Oh, our governor? Yeah, well, they said here that crime rate has gone down. It's gone down so much, yet they called out the National Guard to help with the crime and the drugs. So that's kind of a double standard. But she's calling out the National Guard to help
The worst
with the
city,
with the crime in the city.
the worst
Because for
places.
one thing, we don't have enough police because they fired them all. Freaking stupid. But that's what happened. They turned them into those groups that those three people that come to your house if there's a domestic violence. You need both. They should have never diminished the amount of police officers they had. They should have just
But
added
you
those.
but you know what started that?
Mhm. What?
COVID.
Yeah, it
Come on
did.
now.
It did. It
It
did. You're
was all
right.
a plan.
You're right. No, you're
You
right.
don't stick children in the house.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you something about, and we're going to go on after this, but I have been talking to my neighbor who was a lab tester for 52 years, right?
Hmm.
And she said that they categorize by numbers, which makes a lot of sense, right? Patents and whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anything COVID like was put under a flu. So right. So I'm not sure. She didn't tell me the numbers, but let's pretend the number was 71717, right? And then the numbers after that could be 506. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But 71717 tells you that it's flu and it's COVID, right?
Hmm.
That's exactly what we had. She said there was no difference. It was a little stronger, but it was categorized as the flu.
Right.
So it was a
Yes, it was.
hoax. It was to fuck people up inside and out.
Oh, did
And
they
it
ever?
did. And it really hurt the children and young adults the most.
Mhm.
You know, let's just not forget that.
Yeah.
What
And
did you
then me,
say?
I'm around nurses, all kinds of nurses.
Yeah.
I had nurses tell me this was bullshit. I mean, they're not even nurses anymore because of this. You know?
Did we ever find out about those nurses that had tumors in that one hospital in
Oh,
Massachusetts?
I
Anybody
know,
knew
I
them?
know that I haven't heard anything lately, but there had been I think that I said that there was five of them, and then another about a week
No, it
later, another one had been added.
was like seven or something altogether.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
okay.
So I don't, and that's right there by the baby ward too.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have to relook that
Might have to say,
article up
yeah,
and
I'm
see how far
curious.
it
I
goes.
didn't want to forget about that.
Yeah, I won't. I
Um,
won't. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. We'll do an update
Jerry
on
says,
that.
my dumbass cousin used GPS to go to Panama City to go to Guam. It took him 14 hours to do a 5 hour drive. GPS is, you can't go with the GPS by like airports say. They really, and in New York, you hit a Newport or when you're traveling, you tend to hit a couple of airports that could really fuck you up. Or in the mountains, even in New Jersey, we needed, we had to know where we were going beforehand if it was somewhere new.
Yeah, I've had to actually when I set the GPS up, put the address in and everything. I know where kind of where I'm going, but I've noticed that sometimes it takes me on a totally different way, totally different opposite of the way that I know where this place is, right? So I
Right.
have to reset my device and then re-enter it
Technology.
again. So it's just
Technology
weird.
will get better. It
It
will.
will. It will.
We have Tesla.
Eventually it will. I
Buy
love technology.
Tesla. Buy Tesla stock. People.
Now. Do it now.
Yeah.
Because they
So, I
got,
mean,
they got the full automatum coming out where some of these cars, when you call an Uber, they're gonna come to you without a driver. There's not gonna be a driver in there. You're gonna have to get in the back. And that car is gonna
it's
take you
our future.
where you need to go. It's so freaking cool.
It's going to
I
be
love it.
our technology of the future. That's
Mhm,
exactly what it is. And I
mhm.
wonder if he made those ugly cars for a reason, because at least
Oh
they're more
shit.
protected than other cars. They're more protected. And look at, do they even have windows in those?
In
I
the
don't know.
Uber cars, I don't know.
Not the
I
Uber
really don't
cars,
know.
in the other Teslas, in the square boxy Tesla things, whatever they're
Yeah,
called.
yeah, there's windows in them.
It doesn't look it. I've seen
There are.
tons of them, and
Good
I
Lord.
wanted to talk about the earthquakes, Joe, because
Isn't that weird? They all seem to be underground, anywhere from 2 to 10 miles underground. And they're all over the place. They're all over underneath us, all the way under towards the Pacific, under China. So it's like our tectonic plates are warring with each other. And that could be a bad thing. That could be really bad.
it's releasing, it's releasing, releasing
Doubt it.
people back to Mother Earth. Now,
Don't doubt it at all, girl.
I think, okay, so we have this capability with the um collider.
Yeah, that collide that yeah, that it
It's not just in Geneva.
CERN, CERN.
Yes. Well, CERN is in Geneva. CERN is like
But it's that the Boston Collider or something like that is what
the
they're
high,
all doing. They're all playing with that thing.
but I think there's more than one,
Mhm.
right? Because
Well, yeah, I don't doubt that at all either. That's what's
the
freaky.
earthquakes all under New Jersey were crazy, and New York and Massachusetts and all the way up. And then I looked, and it went all the way towards the Indian reservation in upstate New York.
Mhm.
This was it's bizarre. Then you have the weather. The weather is nuts. Um,
It is. It's crazy.
it's raining all over Florida. I mean, it's been torrential pretty much. It's been off and on. It's always going to rain here, but it's just beyond. Then what else? We had that one storm that went all the way from
Texas all the way up
Texas.
to the Great Lakes. Nasty storm. Good Lord,
Then
somebody's
I think by Oregon,
holy shit.
there's a volcano underwater
Yes.
that they think will erupt. Guys, I don't know about you, but there is something going on, right?
Something's happening.
What did they do underneath our surface? But, but in America, I still believe we're safe. I think Trump has our backs. I think the military does. Um,
Mm,
it
I
doesn't
don't.
mean they're not cleaning up bullshit. It doesn't mean there's not some stuff that they still have to straighten out, and it's going to cause a bit of a devastation, but they're doing it as minimal as possible.
Yeah.
It's not just a guess either. I really believe it's got to be. It's got to be. Um, you know, like Stonehenge and the pyramids and the temples and the obelisks and all this. What?
Jerry, he's just funny. But I
I know Jerry's gone. got off.
Hmm.
Do you know how many we have throughout the world? Thousands upon thousands of them. Some of them
You think
still
it's really
buried.
thousands? Maybe it's
Well,
not thousands, but
I
maybe
learned there
a
were
few.
4,000 alone between England and France.
Really?
4,000 monolithic structures
Hmm.
between only France and Britain,
And
which
those are
could fit
supposed
in
to
the
have some
palm of
kind
our
of,
hands, guys.
yeah. They're supposed to have some kind of a electromagnetic force around them, right?
It's
Or
underneath.
something.
It's underneath.
Yeah.
It's where they were messing with. It's underneath, right? Those pyramids and certain structures followed either it's been proven to some scientists that they followed rivers or faults, natural faults of the earth, or
Hmm.
certain wavelengths of the earth, and to different countries, like huge lines.
Yeah.
Now, after erosion, after weathering, those lines tend to disappear. But with nowadays, we're mapping them out like this. That's how we know there's over 4,000 structures alone between Britain and France.
Yeah.
And all of
All right.
these, all of them are for or about the astronomy. They all line up with the calendar, with certain math.
Yeah. Kind of like the pyramids add to them.
It's all the
The
same.
pyramids
Now,
all over the
how are
place.
these ancient people able to do all this? How would they know the mathematics to align even in different countries when they didn't do? How did farmers, simple farmers that did right, made rice, grew rice, like, or wheat? How the hell did they know to make a giant calendar like Stonehenge? They knew something we didn't, or we've forgotten, or it was covered up.
Yeah, we had
Just like
forgotten
the nose
something
of the
that they gave
Sphinx. It
us.
was broken away and hidden, and we don't know where it is.
Yeah,
They probably have it. Might be full of gold or limestone, or
could be.
even the canyon, Grand Canyon. They won't let us down there. Why?
Yeah,
What
in
do you
certain
think?
parts of it, they won't let you go. They
Yeah,
let you go down in some parts. I mean, they used to have a tour that they would actually take you down on the burros, on those little donkey things. They,
right.
they'd God, in the 70s, in the
Well, they have
70s.
how? Yeah, but it's not the same.
Hmm.
Everything
No,
is
it's different.
government regulated. See,
80s. Yeah,
this information that I'm talking about, there's a lot more to it because it goes in with the vibrations and frequencies that we get from Mother Earth and that we're supposed to be on. But I don't want to go that much into it without having like that would be a full night discussion. And you have other news, right?
I do.
We need to learn about vibrations and how did they know? And this is before Noah, guys, right? Right?
It
If
is.
if we had all water throughout the whole nations, all the nations, things got erased, right? That's what water does. Just saying. All right, what's next?
So I wanted to talk about our president's deal. Isn't that great? The China deal.
The
I
China deal.
knew I knew they was
I
going
don't
to
know
do it.
much about it.
Well, they went to Switzerland, of course,
Good
to
evening,
talk.
Mac.
Live
They went
long
to
and prosper,
Switzerland,
brother.
sorry.
But they went to Switzerland to talk about it, and of course, they struck a deal. I mean, because China doesn't have a choice. They got to sell their stuff. They got a lot of products just sitting there, right? And so they got to sell too. As bad as we got to sell, they do. And so it comes out to dropping it, I think like 80%, which would leave it at about uh, a 40% tariff on on them, and they have one on us at the same. It's the same, right? So reciprocity, right?
So
That's what
it evens out.
that's what they're doing for right now. See how we're going to see how it goes, right? Hey,
It
it's a
cancels each
deal.
other out if it's both 80%. It's ridiculous
Exactly,
then. Or
exactly.
stupid.
But what
So
here's the thing
our
about that.
dollar is probably stronger though.
Well, it'll cancel some of it out. Here's the problem: what it won't cancel. If they're selling more than over here than we're selling over there, they're of course they're going to end up paying more.
Right.
You understand? Because they're putting more product here
Right.
than
It
we are
makes the
paying
dollar
over there.
stronger, believe it or not, to have
It
more
does. It makes us
foreign
stronger.
competition. So
Mhm. And we got that deal going on. We got the one with the UK.
biggest
You know,
thing,
and everybody was crying about the tariffs. Oh, the tariffs, the tariffs. Don't worry. President Trump is not going to hurt Americans. That's not his
the
end game.
biggest thing is the drugs.
Yes, the
He's
drugs.
cutting the
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
And
And
I've been
he
keeping
wrote
a
and he
good
did
eye
that.
on the
Mhm.
diabetes, the insulin for a long
Mhm.
time because my parents both took it.
Mhm.
And, just in case, then obviously my brother
Yep.
I've mentioned, and I can't wait till this actually happens. This is going to save people hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Yes, it is.
Maybe, you know,
Everybody pays the same price because he said that he even wrote that signed that one bill that drops the drug prices.
yeah. So okay, that helps us develop more here.
Right.
Listen, Trump, since you've been listening to me, take all the Planned Parenthoods and make them into laboratories, good laboratories that cure diseases, not prolong them.
Right.
Yeah. Take all those Planned Parenthoods
Right.
and then take a few and make a few more VA hospitals or for young people that can't afford it. That's
Right.
my
Yeah. Get us off of these
I,
freaking
I keep
drugs
seeing things and they
that you
keep
put
saying,
us on. Fix our ailments that you created.
yeah, yeah.
Fix cancer.
They created everything
Yep.
to hurt us.
Hmm.
Everything. And they knew it. They knew it. They tried to get us addicted to baby insides.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't feel like being vulgar tonight or we go into that.
Some people
But
are.
yeah, so now we're gonna have more stuff made in America.
Yep.
Um, not this Chinese crap that
You don't need
universally
car.
probably hurts more
Yeah.
than cures or
Mhm.
helps. Thank God, thank God. And weren't the UK Prime Minister and the French Prime Minister weren't they on video with their
Oh yeah. Some say it was a Kleenex. Some say it was a baggie of cocaine. But if you looked in the very beginning of the video to the right of that, it looked like there was a little tiny Coke spoon. You know, one of the little
Yes.
tiny things you dip in there and
I've seen them
oh
yeah,
yeah,
they
I've used
slowed it
them.
down and stuff. And they all look like it. They
Yeah,
all look like it. They just do. And they're always like that.
yeah,
I just no. But you see, it's just so weird that Trump brings down the drug prices and these people, officials, are caught on video what looks like to have drugs themselves. Big Pharma supplied our politicians. Big Pharma
mm-hmm,
supplied our medias. Who's
mm-hmm.
Big Pharma? The cabal.
Where are their drugs made? China.
Yeah.
Just
China, because you want to make a good living, you
mhm,
shut the fuck up and you do what you're told to do.
that's right.
Because it's a
You'll make a
communist
good
country,
living.
my friends. And you know what? I will say to every Democrat out there, if you don't like the way that we voted this country to be, like by voting in Trump, go live in China for a few years.
That's right.
Go
Get the fuck
on.
out.
Try 3 months.
Go. Don't come back. Look at that. Look at that one lady that left. It was so racist here. She couldn't handle it. She left here and went to Africa.
Oh,
And she now there's this lady on social media. She's crying that she wants to come back. She rather live over here than live over there because they got big old lizards and spiders
a
and
big old lizard.
fraud and
Never mind the giant
cheating
lions that could come into your tent and
and no work and these bugs they live in your house and
what
she
an
just
idiot.
wants out of there.
These people are just they're
Oh,
I
you
hate
gotta
to call
love it.
them names, but they really, some of them need to live outside of mama and daddy's realm. Some
Yeah,
of them. Some of them
yeah,
you just can't help. Some of them,
yeah.
I'm telling you, they've been messed up in the brain.
Yeah.
There's
They
other
they should
things,
yeah, they should remember why do you think so many people traveled here?
right?
Because their countries suck. It wasn't because their countries made them come here. It's because their countries suck
Go
really
and
bad.
go back and fight. Go back and
Yeah,
fight your
that's
country.
exactly that's what they should have did. But a lot of these guys that they came over here, they let out of their own prisons. And so they paroled them into our own country. Bad.
People,
I
give
should
me
have
one
never
second,
did
Joe,
that.
before I forget this.
Okay. Go ahead, Thomas.
If you take cholesterol pills, go back to your doctor. Do not take cholesterol pills, my friends. Um, they cause more damage than good. I know this from people who have stopped. Even Mama Helen stopped, and she said she's feeling better. Um, and this is a known thing now. And if your doctors don't know it, then you better tell them to read up. All right. I'm not going to go through all the science, but if you are taking cholesterol pills, please talk to somebody. There are other things to do.
Mhm.
Because they make you worse. It
Hmm.
makes you it makes it just that much worse. I also wanted to congratulate Bailey,
Yeah. Hey, Bailey. Right on, buddy.
grandson.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're so great, ain't they?
he was
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah.
He was adorable. You could see he has some of that Indian blood in him. Oh no, am I being racist, Bailey?
Oh,
Bailey, as soon as I came to Florida, I met Bailey. I think he's like the first person, and then one or two afterwards, and then you guys a couple
yeah.
years later. You're all young. Me and Bailey are.
Old.
I'm kidding.
They're old.
I'm
She's
just
old.
so happy.
She has
His
gray hair.
who?
I don't. I don't have gray hair.
You have white hair. You're like a giant Q-tip. I always want to just pluck you out of Zoom and clean my ears out with you.
That's funny.
So today we had people come around, they were asking for donations for our pool. Sure, why not? I love it here. You know how much I love it here, Joe. So I go into the kitchen for a little bit, walk back out, handed her a glass of water.
Good for you. See ya.
I donated towards the pool a glass of water, Joe. Get it? Get it? Oh man. I gotta tell these jokes a little slower, I think.
Yeah, I
I'm
am slow.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God! Here's your glass of water.
Um, I've been thinking about, how they call us a cult?
Yeah, they do call us a cult. MAGA cult. MAGA cult. You MAGA.
But these Democrats, there's not all of them liberals and that call us a cult. I want to ask them, why do young men and women join the army? Why do they
Mm.
join the military? Is it because they're part of a cult, or is it because they want to make America great?
Oh, part of that. It's part that.
I think most people, especially young 18-year-olds that decide to go in, are not just they're thinking of a career, but they're thinking of a career because they love their
Helps
country
them. It helps
and
them
they
with their
want to
career.
do it. They
Serve your
want to
country.
help, build
Hmm.
that golden
Yeah.
dome that Trump's doing.
Learn a career.
Fuck
Serve your
China.
country. Yeah. Yeah. I saw it. I'll tell you.
Sorry, Mac. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to
That's
interrupt
all
you,
right.
but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me see. I
That's how
wanted
it
to
is.
show. Do you have any more news?
There's a lot of news. There's always
Is
news.
there?
Hey, what about that Democrat mayor,
Is-
guys? The one that went to the ICE facility. He's mad because they arrested him.
The one from New Jersey?
Yes.
They arrested him.
Ras Baraka.
Whatever the hell his name is.
He's actually the leading Democrat candidate for governor of New Jersey, and they arrested him because they were violent. They went over there and got violent. You don't get to go over there and be violent. The people that were there said, "Hey, there's a protocol that you have to follow. If you follow the protocol, we'll let you in." And they did in the end, and they were led through it and given a tour. There you go. Found out that there was nothing wrong in the end, but he still got arrested. So now he's gonna face charges.
He needs to.
He does.
You can't go against. Oh, this is ridiculous
Yeah,
already.
and the name, but the name bothers me. Newark, I think you better look into this guy. This Raz Baraka. I don't know, man. Come on, man.
The name bothers you?
Yes, it does. Look into it. Make sure he's American,
Mama
full-blooded
Helen
American.
kept
He was
saying
born here.
Patterson is really bad in New Jersey. Newark is nowhere near Patterson. Newark is closer to New York.
Hmm. Yeah, but this guy's running for the governorship. That's all of I mean, come on.
Nothing is going to happen while Trump is in charge. I promise you,
Yeah,
nothing bad is going to happen while Trump is in charge. I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
show this.
Yeah, what TDS does to you, look what TDS does to you people.
That's
Please
not
don't.
TDS. That's them without their adrenochrome. I mean, 63. You look 100 times better than freaking Rosie. What the
Mm.
hell is that? And what's wrong with Ellen DeGeneres? All right. That's adrenochrome, ladies and gentlemen. That's
The one next to it, the 64.
that's Kathy.
Holy, I know. That's fucking
That's Kathy
scary.
Griffin.
Yep.
And
Holy
if you can't
schmoly.
tell that that's a man, I feel so bad for you. There were other pictures of him like this, and I was so happy to read on top, trans Kathy Griffin. Now, I've said it before, her brother is who? Do you remember who her brother is? Like,
The blonde-haired guy on the
yeah,
news.
looks a lot like with your Kleenex, with your
Yeah.
Q-tip head.
I don't look like
He
him.
was
Don't insult me like that.
CIA. He
Shame on you for
worked for
insulting me like that.
CNN.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's his
Anderson
name?
Cooper. Anderson
Anderson Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah. That's her brother.
That's his
That's
oldest
his brother. They're
brother.
brothers. They're
Yeah.
brothers.
He
You get that? Brothers.
they said that he jumped, but that's what they do. If you can't see how many um
It's gross.
in in the family of these famous people or politicians have a trans child.
Right.
See, they used to keep it quiet. Now they don't because it's acceptable. It's
Yeah.
not though. It's
It's not
really
acceptable
not
to me.
acceptable. Right.
No.
Um, you talk to an indoctrinated person and you talk to a father of a girl and they don't want their daughter going into a bathroom where a man could come in and just pretend to even be a cross-dresser. Think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
how dumb are you? Unisex bathrooms. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, no.
If it's one stall, fine. You lock the door. You don't allow any young girl. I wouldn't go into a bathroom with a man. You kidding me? The hell is wrong with these kids? The kids, some of them are, like I said, it seems to be in every decade. Everybody's poisoned.
Why do people think that's okay?
Brainwashed.
It's just not okay. It's just not.
Mortgage fraud.
Yep, I can't wait till that happens. That lady needs to be arrested for sure. She tried to put President Trump in prison for what she did. She put him through court. They convicted him, wrongfully convicted him for exactly what she did.
See, all that's going to be in the paper. What Trump personally went through, it will
Yeah.
be in the bad paper and the good papers, in the good and bad media, right? But the stuff that Trump is really doing is not going to be in our media. I want to get that straight. All right. So this is the last thing.
Oh,
Before we talk about it, I wanted to tell you guys that tomorrow, I think tomorrow, we were supposed to have game night
hmm
Sunday, but my hours are so freaking off. Um, but we're gonna try again for tomorrow. We had the games all set and everything,
Yeah,
but
we
I
have
missed
that.
out. Sorry. And
We
I'm so
does.
sorry, sorry, sorry.
We worked on them. We worked real hard on them too, guys.
Yeah,
Which is not
which
we
means
did.
Joe can't play. So tomorrow evening,
Damn.
what about 6 or 7? 7. We'll try for 7
Okay.
Eastern, right?
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So I don't know if this is a fake picture. I don't know if somebody
Look at them pants. He blew his ass out. Is that a hole?
it's
Or is it he put
really
his pants on backwards?
it looks like he put his pants on backwards.
Does.
That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like a hole to me. Now, either somebody just did this to be funny, like I can't
I just
honestly,
couldn't stop. It was so
it
funny.
doesn't look Photoshop to me. I will say that it does not, but I would have to see a couple of different angles to know,
Yeah.
really. I mean, having different angles is usually a good sign too. But secondly, it doesn't look like a hole, Joe. But when you said it looks like his pants, now who does that remind us? Who had a dress on backwards? The other idiot.
Was it?
The one from
Uh,
Georgia. Was she from Georgia?
no, yes. Not
Uh,
the prosecutor,
yeah.
the one that they found
God, how
shit.
soon we forget.
God, Fannie Willis.
Yeah, Fatty Willis, right?
hmm
It reminds me, it's like it's some kind of punishment. Now, for those that understand the Illuminati, they have to do something really wicked. Um, Usually live on stage, and I think some of the like they come out naked or they're full of blood or stupid something, right? This might be a way of Trump turning it around on them.
Hmm. Could
I
be.
think Zelensky's already gone. I don't either that or Zelensky's an actor or
I don't
whatever.
know.
I don't think
Oh
he's
no, he's an actor. Oh yes, he's an actor. Oh, definitely,
yeah,
he's
I
an
don't
actor.
yeah, I don't think I mean
I don't like the
he's
guy.
yeah, but I think he's working for the good guys, is what I mean by
Ah.
actor.
Oh, okay.
All right. Um,
Okay.
so the actor is doing this. Just like when Newsom had his hands behind his back
Mhm.
during those fires 8 years ago when Trump went to see what was going on, it was implying that he had his hands tied behind his back, like he couldn't do anything about it. Trump got him. That was it. That was it.
Mhm.
They do these small signs, just like the Illuminati had to do for the other Illuminati, like this stuff, right?
Hmm.
That's all Illuminati signs. They're symbols of pizza and swirlies.
What about the
That's
black eye? What do you think that
the
is?
Black Eye Club, the Red Shoe Club, yes. The swirly sign really bothers me. I forgot which. I think it's just a sign for children,
What
but
kind of
the spiral is supposed to be the fingerprint of God, which actually goes back to the monoliths. And if anybody ever saw 2001 Space Odyssey, I think I figured out why Kubrick had that big monolith land and the apes around it. Because even though the monolith is ancient and the apes are probably should be smarter than stone, there was a technology there that we fell asleep to, that it, even though it's older, it's better than our technology that we have now. And we're like back in the days of yore, looking at these ancient stones. We're older than these stones because we don't understand the technology. I really believe that's why Kubrick did that. And mind you, that's when Hal takes over the spaceship, right? If you guys remember. Oh God, I haven't
yeah,
seen it in like,
Odyssey 2001.
yeah, I really haven't seen it in like, I don't know,
God,
three decades, but
it's been a long time. Yeah.
yeah. But for sure. Um, it always struck me that he had the, why would he do that? What does it mean? Well, I'm telling you, little bits and pieces. It has to do with math. It has to do with the circumference of the earth. So the flat earthers, well, although if the earth is flat, it's still a circle. So it would still have a circumference. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's neither here nor there at this point. But it's all very, their symbolism is their downfall, guys.
It
That
is.
is the truth. They have everything. Like I said, that spiral, we consider it to be
Mhm.
the thumb print of God, or the fingerprint of God, which you may or may not believe, but then for them to make fun of it makes it more believable to me. Pizza, the most common thing kids eat. I think that means I like young boys is pizza. I mean,
Yeah. Some weird shit.
it's
Weird
disgusting
shit.
what they've done.
Yeah.
So the backwards dresses, I don't know, the hands behind the back, Hillary being arrested. I mean, these are all signs, and I
Bill
believe,
Clinton in a blue dress.
yeah, explain that one, Democrats. Explain,
Yeah.
please. I bring that up a lot. I
Yeah.
made a meme like a couple of months ago about it,
Yeah.
because if you're not going to wake up to like something like that, I don't know what you're going to wake up to. The fact that Biden sniffed every little child's head that he could possibly, had a picture of his babysitter sitting on his lap
Weirdo.
before he married her. What? What kind of, are we supposed to be civilized or not? Right, guys? I hope we're civilized. I hope so. All
Me
right, is
too.
that it?
That is it, my friend.
Yeah, right. I think we
I
had
think so.
enough. So tomorrow, I'm sorry we're not going to play games tonight, but we had technical difficulties. We were going to stay
Yeah.
on till 12. We would have been able to play a few games and do some news in between, but we'll do it tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, we love you.
Thanks for joining.
No, they could go fuck themselves.
Like us and follow us.
I'll stop. You're nuts. Q-tip.